Hello everybody, we are back taking a look at more Diablo 20th anniversary events, and in this case we're taking a look at the Hearthstone Tavern Brawl. This one you're against the Dark Wanderer, and what I was expecting was to fight a deck that had a bit of Diablo cards in it, and that to some extent that is true. His deck is made up of just demons and warlock cards, so he's playing a warlock deck. It's very aggressive. Be prepared to have to sweep the board a lot. Now, the way that you do this is there are 3 secrets over his head. You can just fight him normally and beat him, and then at the end, you think you've defeated the Dark Wanderer, which, you know, would normally be the case. But there is a secret cow level if you can trigger all 3 of the secrets. The problem is these secrets are randomized and you have to trigger them specific ways in order to get them to happen. So these are where the Diablo specific cards come into play, because that's pretty much what these are. You have the Visions of the Amazon, Assassin, Barbarian, Crusader, Necromancer, and Sorcerer, but these are all very specific. In order to trigger these, you either have to summon a Battlecry minion, Stealth, Charge, Taunt, Death Rattle, or Spell Damage. So what I did is I had a deck of at least one of those in my entire deck. Now, because you are playing against an aggressive deck, you have to take that into consideration when picking these minions. For example, when picking the Taunt minion, a Mogoshan Warden might be pretty good against these guys, but the Nomergon infantry thing, which has Charge and Taunt, does work to trigger both. But with those 6 out of the way, there are still 4 left. There's the Visions of Fate, which is when your opponent takes lethal damage, save him. That's kind of the last one to test for, I would say. Visions of Hate is when both heroes have 15 or less health, then he will cast Brawl and pretty much kill the entire board. Then there's Visions of Valor. When your opponent summons legendary minions, give all minions Wind Fury. And then finally, Visions of Knowledge, when your opponent has 9 or more cards, reduce the cost of all cards in both hands to 1. Now, once you've triggered all 3 of the secrets, it does go into the second phase of this. It starts the secret cow level. Now, this is when having a pretty good deck that can actually kill something comes into play. And you'll have to kind of scrape by on the first bit and try to clear up as many of the demons as possible, because once you get into the second phase, you'll really have to push him down as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed by cows, which is a little sad if it happens. But if you manage to defeat him, it gives you a little satisfying ending of saying, hey, you procced the secret level and you killed this many demons and this many cows and so on and so forth. On top of that, when he switches phases, he casts Twisting Nether, and this will destroy the entire board, so don't have anything on there that you don't want to lose. But at the very end, you do get a really, really nice card back, which is now my favorite card back in Hearthstone, which I was pretty excited to see when I got it. One final thing that is really cool about this Tavern Brawl is when you kill an enemy, it has a chance of dropping loot. And what I mean by that is there will be a 0/4 card that if you kill it on your turn, it will then give you something for it. So sometimes it'll give you a weapon, other times it'll give you coins, and it's kind of random which one you're going to get, but it does say on the card what you're going to get out of it. But using these to fill up your hand is the best way to trigger the 9 or more cards in your hand secret. So don't overdraw when you do that, and just be mindful of it. But with all of that being said, it's a super fun Tavern Brawl. I would suggest doing it before it is no longer available, and we shall see you guys next time.